Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. So today, a bit of a kit review. This is new out from Tamiya. As you can see, it's the Gordan Murray Automotive T50. So if you're not aware, Gordan Murray is the designer of the McLaren F1 that was came out in the early 90s. And this is his sort of renaissance car. So again, three-seater with a central driving position. Looks very reminiscent of the McLaren F1, but this is actually a fan car. It's got a fan at the back that sucks air from underneath and holds it down to the track. So this is currently going, the real car is currently going through homologation, and should be on the road maybe later this year, early next year. There's only 100 of them being built, so Tamiya have been really quick in getting this to market. So I picked one of these up. As I say, it came out this year. Retails about £60, so it's not a cheap kit. But I'm not planning to build this one, but I thought what we'd do is we'd take it over to the bench. I'll give you a look around the box and just show you what's inside, and yeah, see if it's worth the money. Well, I was very surprised to see this on the shelf, and also very pleased to see it. As you may know, this car isn't on the road yet. I mean, it's going through homologation at the moment, so Tamiya have been very quick to the market with this, and I can only think they've done it in conjunction with Gordan Murray Automotive. You can see Gordan Murray's logo here, so obviously it is a licensed kit, but in order to have produced the kit they must have had access to some of the design details. So I love the box art, beautiful livery here. I really think that looks really stunning, and you can see the central seating position much like the McLaren F1. This is a 1/24th scale sports car series, number 364. So it says on here, detailed static display model, accurate engine depiction, interchangeable open and closed gull wing hood parts, well I assume that means the doors, and photo etched rear bumper mesh sections. So let's just have a look around the side. So we can see here a schematic of sort of the interior cabin, and then just a view from above here. And then on the other side we've got detail on the engine. I was wrong, it's not the door. So you can see here the gull wing lift up on the rear sections. So yeah, I did get that wrong. So there's some information here about the GMA T50. It says, in the 1970s to 80s, Gordan Murray gained fame as an inspired designer who developed a string of innovative racing cars. And the GMA T50 is the first car of Gordan Murray Automotive, which he established in 2017. Its likeness is accomplished by a liberal use of carbon fibre, and its streamlined form features few aerodynamic devices. Powered by a midship mounted 3.9 litre V12 engine capable of 670 PS, the interior has a central driving position with passenger seats positioned either side diagonally backward of the driver. And then it goes on to say this is its 1/24th kit. The kit is 181mm long, 77 millimeters high, and 49mm wide. The cutting-edge aerodynamic form is captured in style. Large rear fan has realistic depictions of internal ducts, and the interior V12 engine and suspension are faithfully recreated. And you can see here photo etched parts. So it's quite interesting here. The paints that are listed on the box are LP72 mica silver, LP51 pure orange, LP5 semi-gloss paint, and LP1 which is black. Now obviously LP is the lacquer type paint, so obviously this is just used to tint the plastics rather than actually paint them. So anyway, let's have a look inside the box. I'll just lift the lid off. So I'll go through these very quickly and then we'll open the packets and look in detail. So we've got the glazing, body sections there, and you can see the hood. We've got other body parts. It's like the interior body. We've got the under tray, suspension components and wheels. Set of with 4 wheels there, and there's the more interior components. And then we've got the photo etched parts here and some decals. A nice background information sheet on the T50. That's a nice touch. Gives a lot of information on there. I'm not going to read all of that out in this video. And then some sort of reference in your images for the painting, or lacquering, should I say. Yeah, that's nice. And then tech tips. These come in most of the Tamiya kits. Tells you how to cut things and whatever. And then in the box, bottom of the box, the usual don't cut yourself, be careful, all that kind of thing. Right, let's start by having a look through the instructions. So I'm just going to move this box out of the way. Right, T50, Gordan Murray Automotive. Keep saying the same words. So, assembly in the bulkhead. So obviously this is all about the information about what you need to complete the kit and giving you some instructions. Looks like we assemble the bulkhead. Main sort of interior drops onto the floor. Pedal box, brake lever, dropping in parts for the seats, completing the seats. And again, here's where the colours come in. So we're actually using the lacquered orange to tint the seats there. Completing the seats, the steering rack. Okay, building up the front end, completing the engine, detailing the engine, detailing the rocker covers, dropping the engine onto the rear subframe and wishbones. Okay, some venting or ducting, and we can see here the upper wishbones going on. Cooling. What's this over here? I don't know what that is. This looks like more ducting. Top of the engine, it looks like some sort of anti-roll bar there. Completing the brake discs and ducts. Then assembling onto the steering wheel. You can see the glass going in here, surrounding on the cockpit. And then the body completion. Detailing the body. Assembling the body. Putting the glass in. A lot of emphasis on glass here. Different ways of assembling the glass. Looks a very nice kit actually. And then the back of the car, we've got the fan and obviously the photo etch parts to add. And then finally the completing bits and pieces just to detail, bring the chassis and the body together and mount the wheels on there. And then some final finishing touches like the hood. And these are the gull wings that we spoke about in the beginning, so you can opt for them up or down if you want to you know, display it with the engine showing. Quite a nice kit. I mean, it's quite an expensive kit. This kit's around £60, so you know, it has to be good for that money. So let's have a look at some of the components that are in here. I'll just slide these decals out. So we have, what's that in there? Some very fine sort of decals there. The back of the car, you can see the T50 and the name on there, and then you've got the photo etch parts. They look rather nice. You know, you've got the fan cover, and this is the grille on the back of the car. And then the other set of decals, they look pretty good. Very, very fine. Let me just slide those back in the packet before I lose them. Right, let's have a look at some of the mouldings and see if they're up to standard. Okay, so we have got obviously the bucket here. It's not too bad. Just trying to see if there's any sink marks in it. It doesn't appear to be. Now this looks pretty good. I can't see anything. There's a slight blemish where the plastic is knitted together on this seat here, but I mean that's a small price to pay. It's not the end of the world. But detailing wise, they do look rather good. The moulding does look very, very complete. So yeah, not bad at all actually. Got a set of tyres there. I'm not going to take those out, but they've got quite a nice tread on them. That's not too bad. I'm not going to take this one out of the packet because it's quite clear to see through, but you can see the detailing on the engine. That's very, very nice. And the brake discs looking pretty good. Yeah, lovely detail on here. Yeah, it's looking very good. You can see the brake calipers moulded very well. Got some good moulding on the vents there. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, and then again with the floor, I'm going to slide this one out because it is a darker colour. Yeah. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there are some moulding lines on these, which is a little bit disappointing to see for, you know, what is a brand new kit. And again, there's some marks across here. Now obviously if you're making this kit, you'll easily get rid of those with a little bit of wet and dry, but you know, there's quite a few. There's another one on here, if you can see on the top there. If I try and get the light on it, you can just make out the sort of the nit lines of the flow of the plastic in the tool. But as I say, you know, if you've been doing kits for a few years, getting rid of nit lines like this is not a problem. But I just feel that for a new moulding that's just been released, that really should be a little bit better. Right, let's have a look at the body. Now the body does actually look rather good. I can't see anything on there. Just get the light on it. No, that looks really good. And the fan looks good. There's beautiful detail all around here. So that looks pretty good. And let's look at the exterior body. This is always the telling one, isn't it? Now I guess the issue with this kit is because it is lacquered rather than painted, any sort of blemishing in the moulding you will see through. And there is blemishing. You can see around here. I don't think that's a moulded in feature. Well, it's not moulded in feature. It is a slight blemish. That line there I think is moulded because it's carried across onto the other side. But I think this line in here, that's actually a nit line in the plastic. And there's some, I'll just bring this up, can you see the distortion there? So yeah, this is a little bit troubling, but not the end of the world. It's just worrying me a little bit that you're lacquering the product. You're probably going to have to put a base coat down first to get rid of some of these lines if they're not meant to be there. I mean, if I just show you this one here, can you see, I'm going to get my knife so I can point. You can see there's sort of a line through here, which I think is supposed to be there, but then there's sort of a nit line through there where the plastic's joined. And the same on this side. You can see where the sprue is attaching, you've got a sink mark into the plastic where the moulding hasn't run through, and again here. So yeah, it's not to Tamiya's usual high standard, I'm afraid, this kit. A little bit, you know, for the price. I mean, it's a good kit, there's a lot in here, but at £60 I'd like to think that this would be absolutely spot on with sort of modern tooling, and yeah, those sort of blemishes should be kept to a minimum. Let's have a look at the glass. I'm looking through the packet with this one because I don't get my fingers on it, but yeah, the glass looks really good. There's no marks on the glass at all. But yeah, it's just a few little body marks. So yeah, anyway, I thought I'd share this one with you. It's one that I plan to build one evening when I get some time. I'm probably not going to build it on camera. I'll just do this at my leisure and enjoy it. And yeah, I thought, being a new kit, a new release from Tamiya, don't know how long it's been out, but I know it was released this year, and show you what's inside. And yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with the kit, although, as I say, a little bit disappointed in the quality of the moulding, but it's not the end of the world. It can be fixed, and that's all part of the challenge. That's why we do these kits. If they're just snapped together and you don't, you know, there's no finishing required, then what's the enjoyment in that? So anyway, I thought I'd share that one with you. So I'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.